Hey friends, today I am going to be checking out the new Arsenal update that just came to Roboquest yesterday or the day before, sometime this week. We're going to be checking out some of the new weapons. They added 9 new weapons in this update. They added an NPC that you can purchase affixes for your weapons that stay even if you re-roll. And you can also spend power cells to upgrade the quality of your weapon. So if you've got a blue, you can upgrade to a purple. And if you've got a purple, you can upgrade to an orange. You can get a fantastic weapon. But to do that, you have to get a special material from some of the side areas that you usually go to once to get the crystals, the meta currency here, or the meta progression here. Normally after that you don't go to those areas, but this gives you a reason to kind of want to do that. You might detour into one of those spots to get this material, and then if you got a purple weapon, you can make it fantastic. And then if it's already your weapon for the run, you've got a great setup going. But so they added that new NPC so that you can craft your weapons towards your build a little better. They added 9 new weapons. They added a shooting range, which lets you DPS check. Lets you we need to find this NPC first, but after we find this NPC, I believe we can test out any weapon that you have the trading card for. I believe you can spawn any weapon you want from here as long as you have the card for it. And then it's also got this little shooting gallery mini game. And then there's also a few new perks. One of the big things that they changed, that some of the perks do, is they consolidated everything related to minions and summons. So if you're playing the engineer, bonuses that affect your drone also affect the buddy bot. And some of the new weapons also create minions. And there are new perks that you can find throughout the run that enhance your summons and enhance your stats when you have summons. So minion builds are better now, which there's something that I've tried before, and personally I've had struggles with them. It felt like more trouble than it was worth, or more effort than you were getting a return on. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into a run here. I might do 2 depending on how quickly I die. I'm just gonna stay on Guardian 4. I'm gonna try to force myself to try out some of the new weapons. I've already tried a few out, just because I made a video, or I did a run and I made a video, and then I played it back, and my voice audio was far too low for the compared to the in-game audio. So I've turned the game down. Hopefully on this pass you'll be able to hear me more clearly as I kind of do commentary. But so I've tried out a couple of the weapons already. But most of them I haven't seen yet, so hopefully we run into some of them. I'm gonna stay on Guardian because it's just a basic class without a lot of frills. It's easier to build around guns on the Guardian, or weapons I should say. A lot of the new weapons aren't even guns, they're weird things, which is kind of what I like about this game. It's got a really diverse and interesting weapon pool. The sandbox is really good. So we're gonna take the shovel first things first. and then crack this open. We've already got a new weapon. This is actually one of the ones that I used, but I'm gonna take it for the video here, just so you guys can see it. The boomerang is actually the one that I've had the most fun with so far. It auto crits on the way back. It goes out, and then when it comes back, it's a guaranteed crit. And the reload animation, that's so good. And then let's take crit damage. I like it because of the synergy, but let's just take 10% weapon damage. And then let's get going here. Oh, I'm already dying. I actually died in the run where I tried this weapon out for the first time, and I think it was because I was getting too hung up on my positioning. I was kind of like so focused on where I was standing to get that free crit that I was putting myself in bad positions and just allowing myself to get hit. So just based off first impressions, just off of what I already know about this weapon, if you're trying it out yourself, my recommendation would be don't get hung up on the free crit. If you get it, great, but definitely position yourself wherever is safest rather than trying to keep an eye on the boomerang at all times and just, you know, getting yourself killed, which is what happened to me. And if I die early again, we'll run it back. We might be able to squeeze 2 runs into this, unless we happen to get particularly far this time. And I want to get this. Almost missed it. Junk Arquebus is not new, so we're not going to take it. Toaster is really good, but we need something to enable it. Improved critical is, I mean, we have an automatic crit, so I think we take it. And then I am going to take Toaster. It's extra damage to everything that isn't burn when we apply burn. There's plenty of ways to get burn in this game. Well, there's a couple of ways to get it, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's see, what do we want to take here? Probably Frog Prince. And this has increased fire rate. I'm actually going to re-roll this a couple times just to see what it can get. Damage against turrets. This is new, I believe. There's a bunch of extra affixes in the game now that do extra damage to specific enemy types. So there's one for turrets. There's one for flying enemies. There's one for mini bosses, elites, and bosses. 15% critical damage. I'll stick to it. We can't upgrade this. I'll take Frog Prince. 15% damage while you're in the air. You can very easily keep that bonus active. Maybe a little harder to do with the boomerang than I anticipated, but there we go. I'm not a huge fan of Guardian Stim Bubble, but there's a couple of places where I really like it. In particular, against the little red explosive hoppers. I hate trying to hit those guys, so sometimes it's nice to just be able to like put up the barrier and walk into them. Like if I don't have a weapon that just easily hits targets like that, like if it's a precision weapon, I'm just gonna have them like a bug on a windshield. Auto crit chance we don't really need. It'll help on the way out, but I'm actually gonna take fire rate because I think that helps with our crits more because we're getting more chances to trigger the return. 3 minutes, definitely pretty slow here, but we still got S rank. And when I used the boomerang the last time, the other improved critical augment, Nitro Shot, it was a lot of fun, so I'm hoping to see that, because that will make our crit kills explode enemies, and this thing gets kills pretty consistently on the way back, just because the crit damage is so good. So like for trash enemies, like you throw your boomerang out, it hits them, and then when it comes back, it crits them, it kills, and then they blow up. It's actually a very satisfying effect. So, take a power cell here. I would definitely like to have that back. Ocarina is new. It increases your summon damage, but reduces your weapon damage. So this, I'm actually very tempted to try it. And this is actually another new weapon, the shurikens, which I've also played around with. Shurikens are really good, but I'm not going to take them I'm not going to spin power cells on white quality shurikens. Maybe we'll find some later and I'll be tempted, but how's the reload speed? It's not bad. You can take fire rate. Oh, and this is the new NPC, by the way. This caterpillar fella here. You can spin power cells to bump this from a green to a blue, and then up and up and up. And then these are the affixes that we can add, which I think I'm actually gonna spin here. So we'll upgrade this. The velocity is really good. So we have sharp for more crit damage. And then velocity for more crit damage and projectile speed. The projectile speed in particular is going to be very, like, it's going to make the weapon feel a lot smoother, I think. And then I'm debating between reload speed and fire rate here. I think we'll take fire rate, because the reload speed is really not that bad. And then I'll upgrade it, and then we're pretty much set. Prime's pretty good. I don't think I want to re-roll this. I'm happy with what I've got. Ruins was where I died last time with a boomerang, just because, like I said, I was focused too much on my positioning, but like not in the proper way that I should have been focusing on my positioning. And also I was in the middle of, trying to do commentary, and that causes me to lose my focus a little bit, which I need to work on, obviously. If I want to make more videos while I'm playing games, I need to get better at multitasking. Otherwise, it's going to be a very, very miserable channel to watch through. And I like boomerang for the shield guys, because I believe it hits them on the way back even if their shield's up. Tommy gun, dual crossbows. Am I crazy, or does velocity? We gotta get this guy. Does velocity increase the range? That like it travels for X amount of time, so velocity actually just causes it to travel further in the same amount of time? I don't know. I guess I'll have to look back on the footage on if velocity is giving this increased range. I might be a crazy person. Alright. And if it... Oh, we got a purple bee cannon. I was about to say, if it's driving you crazy that I don't level up right when it's presented to me, I really like to try to get as much, like if I know a shop or an item pickup is coming soon, I just like to try to get access to that and kind of have all my options in front of me before I make a decision, just because, I mean, when you play roguelikes, one of the worst feelings is when you take something for your character, like a skill, and then a couple minutes later you find an item, or vice versa, that would have been perfect if you'd taken the other thing, and you're just like, oh, I had the run. This would have been such a good run if I'd known. So I like to try to be a little bit more prepared in this, because I like that you can kind of sit on your skill point and be like, well, here's a cool explosive weapon, I guess I'm going to take black powder. Something like that. So here we've got a lot of healing cell bonuses, which I guess is kind of what Guardian does. I don't want Bonk Hammer just because I want to focus on my gun. Robo Food's not bad. I might re-roll here. Stim Bubble is pretty good. Meteonade, we do have Toaster. Meteonade could possibly, on occasion, shoot out a fire grenade. So I'm gonna take it. It's not great, but I'll take it. And then we'll take this. I'm actually gonna reduce the cooldown on it so that it's 3 seconds, and then we'll see if it loops. I mean, it loops perfectly. I'm gonna take the bee cannon also. That's a purple bee cannon. Plus 15% summon damage while in hand. More damage, but it uses more energy. It is an energy weapon. Alt fire cooldown is great because it has a built-in. It drops its own, like, it just drops itself, kind of like Buddy Bot. And then auto crit chance is actually really good because this thing can't crit normally, and we took improved critical. So this actually makes me more inclined to use this. If I wasn't going to crit with this thing, I might not take it just because it kind of feels like a waste to have improved critical and then use a non-crit weapon. But honestly, we can still, I mean, we can make use of both these weapons. Especially with Meteonade almost perfectly looping with our boomerang here. We can do some fun stuff with that. Sling gun is another new weapon. This is actually one of the other ones that I used. I wanted to like it because it's a fun looking weapon, but I struggle to make use of it because as you can see on here, it doesn't have any crit. It can't crit, but it is like functionally it's a precision weapon. I mean, you have to hold down the button to charge it up, which doesn't even take like half a second. And then when you fire it, it hits a single target, and then it ricochets to another target, and it also explodes on contact. But since you have to aim it so precisely, I really wish it had a crit multiplier on it. That would make it stand out from other explosive weapons. Because as it stands, it's like there's better single target explosive weapons, and there's better AoE. Like this thing did miserable boss damage. Its ad clear's not bad, but I mean, if you're building into an explosive setup, you're generally not worried about how you're gonna deal with groups of enemies. So I'd like to see this thing get like a crit multiplier as a buff, maybe. It didn't feel great for me, which is unfortunate because it is a cute weapon. It's got a fun little design. I'm gonna take a power cell, and then bow tie is really good. What do we got here? Damage against elites, Goliaths, and bosses is really good. Alt fire cooldown on B cannon. We either take alt fire cooldown on B cannon and go summons, or we take boss killer damage on boomerang. Although bowtie is probably better than either of those. I'm gonna take bowtie. It's 30% damage against enemies that are dying, which every enemy will be doing at some point. It's 30% damage that you're always going to get at some point against every enemy. And then let's try the beat cannon a little bit more. It's very slow, but I mean, it's pretty much fire and forget. You don't even have to be aiming at an enemy. They'll track. The bees are homing, so you can kind of just really you can just kite around the arena, and if you want to, you can just shoot it off into the middle of nowhere, and they'll find their target eventually. Ah, man. I feel bad for missing out on Ocarina now. Although, I have to imagine they count as summons, but I don't actually know if the bees are considered summons, or if they're basically bullets and firing this normally is the same as like just dealing weapon damage, like you're shooting a gun and the bees are bullets, or if you're like creating summons with every shot. Because that's gonna be the big like factor in how you want to approach building this thing. Because I know I mean, this is obviously a summon. Magnifying glass. Magnifying glass is good, but it's a little scary for me. I don't usually like being that close to enemies. We can juggle these weapons. They both do different things, I feel like. I mean, even like... Oh my gosh. Definitely for the boss, we want to use the boomerang. What do we got here? Let's save our money. Billy boom. Alright, so what we can do here, I think, is we can drop this down, get a few bees out, and then we'll just swap. And we're burning him, so now we get the toaster damage. Put the bees down. Alright. Yeah, we still got S rank. I didn't think we would. We get a good chunk of damage on large targets with the boomerang. Ooh. Hold up. This increases summons health. So if summons are identified as anything with a health bar, then these bees might not, these specifically might not be summons. This and the damage that this deals with its own bees, probably. But actually firing this thing, it might not count. In which case, I mean, cherries is tempting because it's basically like on the last shot or two, your shot going out is going to be a 50-50, and then your shot coming back is going to be guaranteed. I get it with improved critical, I really do, but because the ammo pool is so light, like because we're only getting that off on like 1 or 2 shots, and because we already have guaranteed criticals, I kind of feel like coffee mug would just be better. Fire rate and reload speed so that you can just cycle through it. That might be the play. Yeah, I'll take coffee mug. And I'm actually gonna take. But we lose fire rate. Oh wait, actually, we have to check. Okay, we're safe. I was gonna say we might have made the fire rate too fast for Meteor Nade to keep up, but we're still fine. So, give me, this isn't elemental, right? No. So give me fountain pen for 10% more damage, and then upgrade it twice. and then I should absolutely level up. Nitro shot is really what I wanted to see, so this is going to give us it's going to give us some explosions, which we already have with Meteonades, so we can start thinking about explosive-based bonuses. We've kind of unlocked. We're kind of tapping into a secondary synergy, crits and explosives, which generally don't go hand in hand. You kind of got to do some legwork to get those two things to cooperate. This is a new weapon that I haven't seen drop yet. The rapier, which I'll take it just to try it. Sorry, B Cannon. I mean, and this is basically what the rogue has. You can augment your dagger to function like this. I'm not big on melee weapons in this game, personally. Especially since we kind of aren't built for it. So I'm gonna stick to the boomerang, but there might be a fun attempt at a build with the rogue class. Using the rapier that you get for your for your class ability for your melee, and then also having that. It could be something fun, like kind of dual wielding rapiers. Could be a weird little play style to lean into. But for this, I just really want to stick to the boomerang for now, because I think we've got a lot of synergy with it. Like the way Meteonade loops with it is satisfying. And the way improved critical blows up enemies on the way back with the nitro shot. I think there's specifically make this weapon, like we're basically making this weapon and this weapon alone feel good. Missile battery is also new to me. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff to like here. Hold on. Missile battery. This is an explosive heavy weapon. I want to try it. 2 power cells or 10% more boss damage. Or the new weapon. Let's take the new weapon. Why not? We'll have fun. How does this work? It's a damn Gatling grenade launcher. Yo, hold up. We need a... Oh man, I would love to re-roll this. Power throw. Oh, damn. Oh, and it's got barrier. So I'm kind of tempted. I'm gonna go into the Doom Gardens, even though I shouldn't, but I'm going to. for a very specific reason. And I'm actually going to play, I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to play the lottery here just because I don't want to die. It gave me a crystal powder, which is the only reason that I'm here. Can I leave this? Can I get out of here? Crystal powder is the material that you need to upgrade a purple quality weapon to fantastic, which is orange quality. And since we have a purple missile battery, with the D cannon, so we have missile battery. I thought, why not try to get powder so that we can make this thing super rare. Oop. Alright, with an explosive weapon and stim bubble, we're relatively safe so far. Both in terms of health and time. Alright, we are running out of time quickly. I'm gonna need to book it through this zone. Alright, we got a S rank on the XP. You take this, take the crystal powder. Now we have 2 actually, so we could make the missile battery, which is actually working really good. Like this is a solid weapon. Your stone block, you're tempting. Hold up. Good Fortune's actually also good because it'll enable crit chance on this weapon. But I think something about strong arm and stone block, I kind of feel like it's a trap most of the time, but what the hell? Ah, what the hell? Increase cryo crit damage. This thing is cryo, huh? This is another new weapon. I've seen this and I don't know what it does. It's called a mini cricket. Let's grab it. What the hell? Okay, what? Hold, we might have to play with that some other time. It shoots like it's almost like a rail gun. It knocks you back. It's not what I thought it was. I don't know what it was gonna be, but not. That's. That's interesting. Minus 35% pocket reload speed? Oh, so are you supposed to like doink and then oh well. It doesn't reload that fast, I guess. I forgot this thing's got a got this. Alright. Enough fooling around. Monocle's not bad, but slapping explosion radius on this would be good. But let's just, I mean, we gotta make it purple or orange. And it does burn now, which isn't ideal because we have toaster. Freewheel is really good. Surprise enables crit. And then thick is extra damage, and nitro gets rid of the negative that thick puts on it. Ricochet is kind of interesting with this. We could also fire rate, crit, damage to turrets. We keep velocity, we get freewheel, and we also put burn on it. Oh, okay, this thing's... I mean, it's still slowing us down a lot. A couple things I would love to see are maybe dexterity on a level up, and then maybe we re-roll this thing so that it gets the move speed buff. Take tempo shot. Seems pretty good here. For either of our weapons, really. In fact, let's see how the boomerang's doing now that it's fantastic quality. And dude, honestly, the new NPC is such a good change. Like, or well, I should say addition, because how often do you like actually end up with an orange weapon on your run? You know, it's rare that you find one that is even like relevant to how you've. I mean, by the time you find one, you've already kind of settled into a role, and so the odds of you finding one that is specific to what you're trying to do, it just didn't turn up a whole lot. At least not for me. So having an opportunity to take a weapon that you're using that you already know is good for you and say, okay, we're gonna take this to its highest potential, I think is great. So, and missile battery has been a lot of fun so far. Kazoo. Hold up, I've got an idea here. Take this power cell, take Kazoo, and then we gotta re-roll this. Magazine size, damage against elites. Yeah, we gotta re-roll this. Damn it, it still got burn, but it crits on weak spots. And it's got freewheel. Reload speed is, I mean, it's useless. And it's still got auto crit chance, so not ideal. We'll keep trying. I think we basically just save our our power cells for rerolls on this thing, because if we can get this to be non-elemental, Kazoo plus Toaster is going to give us some great damage output. We'll basically always be able to trigger burn on targets and then deal non-burn damage through the actual gun. And then that will give us the huge damage boost. I'd love to see this weapon on Commando. I'd love to see this weapon on Commando. Increase your burn damage. Probably not gonna do that. I will take 2 power cells though. Right. Level up is coming soon. Like pretty much as soon as we kill something in this room. Auto crits on tempo shot. I want both of those, but I think with how fast this thing fires, going from 4 shots down to 3 isn't as potent as knowing that we're getting a ton of guaranteed crits throughout the magazine, which then can proc improved critical. So we're absolutely building into crit damage on explosive weapons, which is interesting. It is a very hard like synergy to build into, at least to force. You gotta get a lot of things in your favor in terms of drops. So ball and chain, this is new. I don't think it's very good. I haven't tried it because it doesn't sound good, but it basically lets your grapple hook do a ton of damage, but you don't grapple as often. And I feel like usually when you're using grappling hook, you want it for the mobility, which I get this is to give you something new to do with it, but oh man, 4 extra seconds of cooldown time. It just sounds rough. Explosion radius could be good. Miss B is more auto crit chance, but I think with tempo shot being guaranteed crits, we don't need it anymore. I'm definitely gonna take post stamp. Question is, am I gonna take explosion radius? I don't think I am, because like I said, I want to save for rerolls. I really I genuinely think the issue with this weapon right now, like the damage output is great. I feel like it's going to be good against the bosses, and it's good against ad clear, but it's very just the speed that it has you moving at when you're firing it is too slow. As soon as we get to Haven, if we get to Haven, we don't have a way to reduce this move speed penalty. We're cooked. I mean, the enemies there are pretty relentless, so if we get caught in their line of fire, you can easily misstep into you fail to dodge a stun, and then, I mean, on Guardian 4, if you get stunned in the middle of a wave of enemies, you're not. Unless you've got Flower Pot to reduce crowd control duration on yourself, you're not getting out of a stun before they melt you. At least in my experience. But I choke a lot whenever they stun me. I'm like, oh, what button? What button? I would love to see dexterity in this. I might even re-roll for it, which is crazy. Dexterity, yes. All right, sweet. We have dexterity. Now, if I could also get another heavy weapon buff for another 5%, and then we could get the we could re-roll into the affix on the oh my god. We could re-roll into the affix on the heavy weapon that reduces the penalty. And then there's even a there's an affix you can get from the caterpillar. Like, see, we're taking a lot of damage. There's an affix you can get from the caterpillar that increases your speed while you have the weapon in your hand. So we could stack that. Can re-roll this a few times. And really, the main thing I'm looking for is the movement speed. I know that sounds crazy. There we go, carbon. And then this deals shock, which is fine because that it means we can trigger Toaster now when Kazoo goes off. So we've got Toaster going. We move faster with this. Thick for the damage, and then Mega Boom so that we can still get big explosions, and then Lucky so that we can crit even when we're not on tempo shot. And then get 2 levels. Alright. Oh, okay. Easy. Judge Ball I was a little worried about. Catercoaster. I'm snoozing on this guy. Holy. The stun application. This thing's actually really good at applying status effects. Oh man. We've got something going here. Atomic Mushroom and Credit Card. Reroll tokens. Summons. Alt fire cooldown, crit damage. I think we take Atomic Mushroom, actually, because the longer we spend without reloading, the less we get Meteonate off. And we actually kind of want, I mean, we would like, because that's another explosion. So if we take Atomic Mushroom, we see Meteonate trigger more, and then it has a chance to be big explosion. So why not? Crit damage. I'm actually going to sleep on that for right now. I'm holding out to see this guy again later with something else that I want. We can take the crit damage. God. Even with dexterity, even with carbon, like we still move so slow. I mean, I know we took stone block, which is it's total bait. In like 90% of scenarios, I would say that you do not take stone block. But I wanted to see just what we could, just what you can get out of this weapon. In fact, we're dead here. We got 2 HP. We're gonna get killed by one of these damn turrets. First time I've ever just ran for my life. Transformer toy? Oh, no way. Summons a combat drone that fights alongside you. That's awesome. No way. Oh, potato. Explosion damage by 10%. Oh, we might come back for potato. If we live, we're dead. That even like that could kill us. All right. We're like we're going like beggar mode for some. Oh, thank God the level up. It wasn't much. Gonna go back for the potato, dude. We're not in a very good spot. Where's my combat drone? Oh. I mean top quality. You know, what else? Stem bubble maybe, but top quality I think is what. Top quality is what I'm feeling. All right. Oh, damn, we didn't need to get hit there. We've got to play very safe. Oh, that's my own guy. I'm shooting at my own dude. Oh my God. Good, hold up. I didn't even think about the... I didn't even think about the damn rocket jump potential of this thing. You just... I guess it's not exciting if you do it off the ground compared to like a wall. Alright, what do we got? Fly swatter? I really don't want to re-roll this, even though it could be better. Take fly swatter. I don't know how we're getting through the moon. If we even get to the moon, we might not even make it to the next zone. Reloading increases fire rate. Actually, we need flower pot. We just like desperately need anything that's gonna help us survive. taking a lot of hits here. It's hard to avoid damage because we're so slow. Again, the stone block, I mean, it's total bait. This, oh. Thank God we had Flower Pot. We would have actually died there without it. Oof. Alright, get some healing off that. I know we've got the exit, but we really need to try to make some trades here for healing cells. I mean, we still got one enemy to kill anyways, I guess. I guess we probably should kill the enemy that we need to advance before we advance. Otherwise, we can't. Hopefully along the way we build back enough health that we feel comfortable playing. Alright, there we go. Alright, what do we got here? Potato battery's tempting, just for survivability. This, I mean, both of these give us more crit. This gives us guaranteed crit more often, and this gives us a chance to crit more often. I re-rolled because I wanted top 50. I think our crit is good enough for now that I would rather just have more bonus damage. Because I think the only way we're going to survive against some of the later stuff is if we can burst them down. Latch onto that dude's you know what. Alright, get out of here with the S rank. Okay, so far so good. Another. Hold up, is that a skill point? Increase burn damage by 10%? What do we got here? Non-magic ring. Oh, we took fountain pen, didn't we? Man, I would love to have fountain pen and non-magic ring, but we would have to re-roll this thing to keep carbon, but not roll an element. And with 3 slots for the blue affixes, the odds that this is gonna be elemental is, I mean, we could re-roll this thing like 10 times and we're never gonna see non-elemental. This is a free skill point. So I'm gonna take it. And then let's reduce tempo, and then we'll take burn, and then magazine size sounds kind of tempting now. Well, no, we don't want it because we still want Meteonade to go off. Let's upgrade. Let's make the weapon better. This is a fun weapon. I would definitely love to have more movement speed. That's just me though. But I also kind of like, you know, I made my bed. Now I'm lying in it, so I have no one to blame but myself. Actually, if we didn't have stone block, I mean, obviously we'd be doing less damage, but with carbon, dexterity, and the penalty reduction, we'd actually be moving at like normal weapon speed pretty much. I'm gonna take dexterity again, which is unfortunate because 10% damage would be great, and also the reload speed bonus like is pretty much non-existent because we're getting instant reloads off of Meteonade anyways. So I'm really only taking it for 6% movement, but I feel like right now we don't need damage as much as we need survivability, and to me speed is survivability. 100% we take Poppy. That's gonna give us like really consistent crit. Especially if we take the other top quality buff. We're gonna be looking at like consistent 50+% crit chance, not counting tempo shot, which is gonna guarantee every third hit is a crit. So yeah, we're definitely like, I mean, I was hoping to see banana or what was the other one? I'm blanking on the other really good explosive. Which we may see it in this next. I mean, we may walk into this next chamber here and get what our heart desires, but I doubt it. Crab key ring. It is another way to enable fire damage so that we can get our toaster bonus, but I don't love using bash for that. I would rather have, like, you know, if I'm playing engineer or ranger or commando, somebody with like their melee attack is range. It definitely feels more comfortable than trying to like punch somebody to activate a buff on my weapon. Alright, making good time. Heart necklace. Increase armor by 16% while you're within 7.5 meters of a summon or your brobot. Transformer toy. I think so. Yep, that's just a flat 16% armor. That's awesome. Oh, it's strong arm. Lucky ammo or strong. We gotta take strong arm. It's damage and it's survivability because we get faster. And we're only level 13. We should be able to hit 15 on the moon, so we might have a chance to see the lucky ammo come back into rotation. And we're still slow as shit, but we've got a 12% move speed buff, minus 15% to the penalty on the weapon affix, another minus 10% to the penalty on our perks. What does stone block? Increases the penalty by 60%. And the penalty by default is 25%. So I'm assuming that's 85% reduced speed. And we're getting back 37. So we're still barely under like a 50% movement reduction. That's heinous, dude. That's still double what it is by default. Oh, we got a stun. I forgot we got Frog Prince. We need to be making use of that. That's a solid. That's a 50% damage boost. That's no joke. Hopefully this illustrates just how bad of a take stone block is. We've pretty much had to make we've almost died because of it. Because move speed's so important in this game. And we've had to make a ton of compromises to our choices to compensate for it, and we still haven't even compensated for it in a way that feels as meaningful as it should for the investment. Rice cooker is pretty good, but we have a healing station between the two encounters on the moon, and healing cells aren't going to drop during the final boss. So I don't think this is really going to move the needle too much. I'm going to take the level up. And then hopefully we can level up again at the very end and get this thing maxed out right before the final boss. And take this guy out because he's gonna snipe me. Alright, level up. Explosion damage and fire rate are both tempting. I think I'm gonna take fire rate. Ooh. Yeah, see, like, we get a healing station here. We're at full health again, so the rice cooker wouldn't have really done anything for us. We gotta take this guy out. Take this guy out. Take this guy out. We might die here. Gotta be very careful. Yeah. We're taking some generally easy to avoid hits here. Because of how slow we move. We gotta make sure he's dead. Oh my god. We almost got killed by that assassin. Alright, we're not gonna have full health going into the boss, which is minion box. What the hell? Hold up. Plus 15% summon damage while in hand. Summons a shielded combat turret. Alright, what's the damage here? He's got a little hair. Alright, oh, but imagine if I looked at that first. It's alright, we'll take lucky ammo. And then movement speed while in hand. And we upgrade it. And this is as good as we can get. We go in, we drop the turrets, and we try to burst this this final boss down. Alright, that doesn't block that. God. Oh. Okay. Jesus Christ. I don't know how we survived this final encounter. Oh my god. Get stunned, get stunned, get stunned. Oh my god. Oh, damn it! Oh no! We were so close. Oh. I thought I could burst it down before my shield ran out. Maybe if we'd taken a couple of upgrades for our shield, we could have tanked it. That's okay. I made way further in that run than I thought I would. a little heartbreaking, but still pretty good run overall. Um, so yeah, I think this one might be a little long. I'm not sure how long this ran, but this was a peek at the Arsenal update. I'm hoping to, now that I have a little bit more free time in my life, upload videos more consistently and more frequently. So hopefully this gave you a good look at a few of the weapons. I know on the back half this pretty much ended up just being missile battery, but boomerang is fun. The B cannon is interesting, especially if you build around summons, and minion box too. You can do some fun stuff with it. But yeah, there's a lot of fun new things in this update. I love the new NPC where you can upgrade your the quality of your gear. Just being able to have a little bit of like crafting control over the stuff you're using, I think is good. And it's another power cell sync, which I think actually makes the game a little harder in terms of like how you prioritize your scaling. So it kind of gives you some more interesting like decision points, which I think is really important in a roguelike. I think it's important that the player kind of like struggle to make judgment calls about what is the best for you, like both in the moment and then in the long run. So I really like this update. I'm excited to play with a couple more weapons that I haven't seen yet. I don't think I've seen all 9 of them. And of course, there's I haven't seen the NPC that opens up the shop down here in the shooting range. So I still need to find that character. Yeah, there's a good chunk in here, and I mean it's a free update. It's already a good game, so if you haven't checked out Roboquest in a while, like if you're returning to it, this is definitely like an update worth checking the game back out, because there's a few new things. And if you haven't played Roboquest before, you should absolutely give it a try because it is a great roguelike. It's a lot of fun. It's one of my most played. It's definitely up there. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you got a good look at some of the new stuff in the update, and hopefully if you enjoyed the video, you will like and subscribe, and I will try to post more stuff in the future. So if you want notifications on that, if you like what I'm doing, expect to see more of it in the near future. And thanks for watching. See ya.